Alrighty guys, good evening everybody. Hope everyone is having a great day out there. Hope everyone's doing good. Welcome back to another update, y'all. We got ourselves some more information. At this point, we are pretty much expecting what we are looking for regarding totals and stuff like that, because you know we're literally the day before it's happening. You can actually see on the radar right now that big massive precipitation. See how it's slowly creeping its way up to the northeast? Yes, my friends, that is the storm that's going to be driving a bunch of problems. Anyways, my friends, let's go ahead and see here let's go ahead and see who is here for today. We were chatting with Mark. We have Autumn. We have Andy. Let's see here. We have Angela. We have ourselves Crystal, Roadster Jim, Scott. Let's see here. We have Storm Dakota. Let's see here. Who else is hanging out with us right now? We have ourselves Richard. We have Jalen. We have Pilot. We have, let's see, MC. We have Ponderosa, Misty. Let's see, Pra3. Let's see, we have John. We have Brother. TRG's here. What's up, dude? We have ourselves John Wayne. What's up, guys? Lightning. Hope everyone's doing good. Like I said, glad to have y'all and everybody else that is tuning in. So, let's go and hop to models. I'm sure you guys are very curious with the latest models. Actually, I'm a little curious too because I waited to watch them with you guys. I literally waited to see what the models were showing. So, here's the latest. Okay, so GFS is the 18 Zulu run, the latest run we have right now. This is the most fresh run we have from the GFS model. So, okay, so it looks relatively the same as we were looking at yesterday. So let's see here, 1 p.m. by tomorrow. So yeah, the event's going to start tomorrow morning. As we've seen on the radar there, it's actually getting a little bit closer there. Anyways, overall, yeah, we're going to start to see some real heavy snowfall mixing in with some sleet, freezing rain across like Western Virginia here for the late morning, afternoon into tomorrow. And as we approach our way into the evening, that's where things really start to amplify because this low pressure system that's just off the coast of Delaware, just off the coast here of New Jersey, will actually start to amplify, will actually start to strengthen overall. So that's something we need to look out there for. Now, this low pressure system is going to be tracking its way up here to the northeast overall, and it's actually going to be strengthening. For example, right now it's 1,001 millibars, and we can see how it actually quickly strengthens into the 990s, 980 millibar zone. So it's going to really start to strengthen here overall. And of course, as we approach the morning of the 7th, so this would be Sunday morning, I believe. So Sunday morning, we're going to see a lot of heavy snow, my friends. A lot of heavy snow really falling. Let's use a different color, kind of blends in there a little bit. But yeah, we're really going to be seeing some real heavy snow across these regions here, like, you know, Connecticut, portions here of Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York State, portions here of Pennsylvania overall. It's going to be coming down pretty good at this point for the evening of the 6th into the 7th. Now, we mentioned here Snow is going to continue into the 7th, but it should be out by the 8th. As we've been tracking, there's going to be high pressure to build in right after the storm system, actually pretty strong high pressure, which is going to allow for a lot of snow showers to end, allow for, all that system just to kind of roll out. So it'll be out by the 8th. But in terms of the heaviest impacts, the heaviest hits here of this in particular storm is going to be here for the 6th, basically starting in the morning of the 6th, working its way through the 7th overall. Let's see here. Pam Cole, welcome to the Tropical Storm Team, my friend. Welcome aboard. It's very sweet of you. I appreciate that, Pam. Big thank you. Thanks for joining. And welcome aboard, like I said, my friend. Glad to have you here. But yeah, so that's what the GFS shows us. We're going to get to the accumulations here and the models here in a minute. Let's see here. Next up, we have CMC model. CMC obviously starts out similar to GFS, but I think it really goes a lot heavier with the snowfall here a little bit. Showing, like I was mentioning, Eastern and West Virginia, the Panhandle. Remember I was mentioning yesterday, I think you guys are going to be locked in with the snowfall since you're, higher elevation. Not to mention that snow line is going to be relatively to your east. Extreme northwestern Virginia. We'll actually probably still see some heavy snow out of this event here. But, once you work your way out there towards, like, D.C. And some of the surrounding counties, it's going to be mostly rain, unfortunately, from what it looks like. Models have actually pinpointed that down at this point. So, for now, I can pretty much say it's definitely gonna be mostly rain across D.C. Same thing for Baltimore, more than likely. So, for the people who's out there, obviously wishing on snow, yeah. Tabletop dude, come with a $2 super chat, man, saying thoughts for Wilmington, North Carolina tomorrow. I'm guessing you're wondering about severe weather. Let's see here. Let me see, my friend. So tomorrow we do not have any severe thunderstorms. We do have a chance for a few rumbles of thunder across some of these areas here in the light green. However, there is actually a risk for severe thunderstorms here. Let's see here. Tyler! Thank you so much for coming in with a $5 donation on Cash App, my friend. I appreciate that, Tyler. See snow totals for Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Okay, we'll get to that here in a minute, my friend. I will get to you first. Thank you so much, dude. That's very sweet of you. But for Wilmington, North Carolina, it is going to be no severe activity. However, my friend, Tabletop, I will mention to you there is a event coming up here for you. You can actually see Storm Prediction Center has actually highlighted a 15% risk area for severe weather for you Tuesday. And this is equivalent to a slight risk for severe weather. So you're going to want to watch out Tuesday. Out of this event, the first event here is not expecting severe weather down there. I mean, like I said, the only severe weather that's expected out of this event here, we do have a little margin risk today. A couple tornadoes could be possible. Overall, some damaging wind gusts, and that's about it. Really low probabilities even. But yeah, tomorrow we have the threat across Florida. And like I said, I'm actually literally in smack dab in the middle of that threat. So, just a little risk. But for you, my friend, just watch out Tuesday overall. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at Tyler. Once again, Tyler, dude, thank you so much for the $5 donation on Cash App. It's very sweet of you, man. Let's see here, Lebanon, Pennsylvania. So let's actually hop over here to the overall view. We're gonna eventually look at the models in terms of the accumulation. We'll get to that here right after. Let's see here. So when it comes to it, my friend, with the latest snowfall accumulations here. Let's see, where is Lebanon? I don't remember where Lebanon, Pennsylvania is. I do know a lot of Pennsylvania. I mean, no matter where you're at, basically in Pennsylvania, for the most part, we are expecting a pretty good amount. All right, let me look this up real quickly. I see it all the time. Let's see here, Pennsylvania. This is across the southeast side. Gotcha. So this is actually by. Let's see. I'm gonna find it. I'm going to eventually find it here. Let's see. Oh, there's Lebanon. Duh, right there. Okay, so for you, my friend, models are showing about 5 inches expected. Obviously, I would range it a little differently. I would say about 4 to 8 inches seems to be a good possibility. It really depends on that snow line. If it goes a little further east, that'll actually bring you into some of those heavier accumulations. I didn't even switch my scene. I am so sorry. But yeah, so like I said, we're expecting about 5 inches out in those regions there. In which obviously you can see it would go up a little more to the northwest. The accumulations do increase a bit. That's what I was saying. If the snow line is a little further to the southeast or east in general, then at that point we will, we will actually probably see a bit more accumulations. But yeah, I'd range it between 4 and 8 inches, my friend. But anyways, dude, thank you so much for the 5. That's greatly appreciated, my friend. It really helps me out a lot. Appreciate it, dude. Very, very nice of you. But anyways, let's go and hop on back here. Let's see here. If an enhanced or a moderate happened with the storm, where would it be located at? I don't think a moderate would happen out of this storm. Definitely not this storm. The next storm, honestly, I was watching. The heaviest potential seems to be kind of across these areas. I've noticed kind of coastal Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. It seems like that's where your greatest intensity of the instability in the atmosphere, thunderstorms, and your wind shear are the strongest together. So that's where I believe the heaviest is potentially going to be. Like I said, obviously we have this threat really carrying into the Tuesday. So across Florida, Georgia, North, South Carolina, we got a big severe weather concern for those regions here regarding severe weather. Anyways, let's see here. My weather station went offline. Wonder why it's going offline. Anyways. Crystal, thank you for gifting a membership. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Very, very sweet of you. Appreciate it. Let's see here. What's up, Bella? Hope you're doing good. I'm glad to have you here. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and work over to the models, y'all. We're going to take a look and see what's going on here with all these fancy weather models. See what the accumulations are looking like. Let's go ahead and hop over to the Mid-Atlantic here. And, of course, we're going to start off here with the GFS model. Always start off with the main one here. So we'll start off with the GFS and then work our way through like the European and stuff like that. Anyway, so here is the GFS model regarding accumulation. Now this model, regarding that, like we were mentioning, regarding that 6+ inch margin, according to the model, is going to be right in these areas here. So according to the GFS, this is where that 6+ inch margin is going to be. You can see some pockets out there by like southern New York State being over and right around a foot of snow. I do believe this is actually going to occur. I really do. Even the forecast says some areas over a foot, quite likely. So also, yeah, you can see some of those extending in towards Boston, apparently, according to the GFS model, really showing some heavy snow out there by Boston. I think you have a good shot if you live in Boston. I think it's going to come down pretty good. But yeah, so a lot of we're talking mostly 6 to 10 inches across these regions in the center area. So a good amount of snow, really good amount of snow here overall. So let's go and hop to European model, ECMWF here. So according to this model, with the snowfall, honestly, it actually is relatively in sync. I am not gonna lie, it looks pretty good. Models are relatively in agreement where that 6+ inch margin is going to be. You can see a little more further to the west according to the European model, but overall it seems like the models have came in sync a bit, a little bit more in sync now, which is definitely good. This model doesn't quite show getting up to near a foot. I mean, it has near a foot in some areas, with the heaviest probability of being there near Massachusetts, towards Boston. I think in Massachusetts, probably going to see the heaviest snowfall. Didn't mean to remove that. I think Massachusetts is probably going to see the heaviest snowfall out of this system, if you ask me. Compared to what the models are showing here, it really seems like it highlights those areas here overall, which is definitely interesting. Now, let's look at the GDPS. So this is the Canadian model. So we had ourselves the GFS in blue, showing that 6+ inch margin. We had the ECMWF, the European model, in black, which shows the 6+ inch margin. Now, here is the GDPS. Wow. Holy cow, dude. Yeah, models are looking good. And you guys can kind of see why I was telling you guys multiple days ago, or a couple days ago, how, at that point in time, it's really difficult to forecast because, they hop all over the place. Now, this is what you want to look for. Now the models are in sync for the most part. I mean, really showing that, 6+ inch margin line around the same areas here, actually, which is definitely really interesting. Even has a little dip there, according to what the GFS had to say as well. So, honestly, yeah, if you live in these regions, guys, if you live out in those areas here, so mostly northern New Jersey, central eastern Pennsylvania, the eastern side, kind of there towards the panhandle of West Virginia, let's see here, central western Maryland for the most part, central and southeastern portions here of New York State, southern Vermont, southern New Hampshire, you guys are locked in, I'd say, at least 6 to 10 inches being a good possibility. So I think you guys are looking pretty good. Now, there is going to be ice concerns as well. Let's go ahead and actually hop over to that here. We're going to look at the ice concerns here. So starting off here with the Canadian model still, we're going to look at that. The Canadian model, wow, Holy cow. Okay, so Canadian model actually shows, obviously, the heaviest of the ice being across basically these regions here. So basically for the western side of North Carolina, mostly for those upper elevations, which that's actually a problem in itself. If you get ice on inclinations, obviously cars can easily slide because, yeah, gravity. So that's a big problem. So obviously look out there for if you live out in those upper elevations there. Obviously moving into the Blue Ridge out there by Western Virginia. A couple, localized areas of ice also possible according to this model. But that's one model, and this model is showing well over a half an inch of ice, which if that actually occurred, that would be bad. That would actually be really bad. Let's hope that that's not the case. Let's go and look here at the GFS now. So that's where the GDPS, the Canadian model, actually showed it. Now, okay, so GFS actually kind of agrees a bit. You can see that heavier line is a little more to the west here, just a tad bit more to the west here, but it's relatively in that same area. Some localized sectors could be over a half an inch of ice, which that could definitely be a problem if you live out in those regions there. And then lastly, we have the ECMWF, which is the European model. There we go. So that's where it lined up. So Euro shows kind of the same. This one is kind of a little bit more conservative on the snow or on the ice accumulations here. Kind of showing a little bit more of about like 3-4 tenths of an inch. Which, don't get me wrong, that's still very, very impactful. Honestly, dude, yeah, we could have some serious impacts out there. Much more worse winter impacts across the western side of Virginia and the western side here of North Carolina. Like I said, ice accumulations out there is unbelievable. Definitely. I mean, even the lowest model shows like 2-3 tenths of an inch, which that is a problem. That's enough to cause a bunch of issues with power outages and obviously travel. You do not want to travel in ice, okay? You should know that traveling in ice is absolutely one of the worst things you can do. Let's actually look at the blend here. So this is basically taking a blend of the models and kind of averaging them out. Wow, okay, so yeah, definitely is getting above 1 to 2 tenths of an inch across a lot of these regions. So if you're going to trust any of the ice accumulations from the model, this is the one you should really look out for. I relatively agree with this as well. I do think that portions of eastern West Virginia could get in on some of the ice accumulations here as well. Western sides here of Virginia definitely really looking quite sharp regarding it. I mean, like I was mentioning, even 1-2 tenths of an inch of ice could cause some serious problems. I mean, we're seeing locally in those upper elevations possibly even more, which is not good. Because, like I was mentioning, elevations, you're on a slope, right? And, that's the worst. Having ice on a slope means disaster. So just do not go out there, my friend. But anyway, so that is that's what the ice accumulation looks like from the blend here. Let's look at the snowfall totals from the blend here as well. Curious to see how this one really depicts it. Let's see here. So according to the blend here, the overall blend of the models, it really shows a lot less snowfall for places out there by Virginia. Honestly, barely even reaching an inch. I think that's a little off. Honestly, I do think we're going to see more than we'll see more than a couple inches actually across some of those western sides out there by let's see here. I do have family that lives out for those areas. Let's see, specifically out there by like Harrisonburg, Winchester. So those areas in western or northwest Virginia. I think you guys could probably get a decent amount of here of snowfall. So that's something to look out there for. And regarding that 6+ inch margin, oh shoot, that's really big. 6+ inch margin, it really shows it more to the north than what all the main models show. All the main models show those areas out there in these regions at least getting 3 to 6 inches, which I believe that more than I believe the blend here, honestly, in my opinion. I think we're going to get more across these areas than what the blend is showing us. What's up? Let's see, Tedrick. Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. Let's see here. Can you tell me what's happening in southern Illinois? So with this storm system, not a whole lot. Let's see, we're going to hop back to GFS here. So this storm system here is just not going to do much for Illinois. We do have a secondary storm system that we're going to be tracking right after this one. Obviously, as the storm exits for the 7th. For the 7th and 8th, I'm going to be doing updates on this guy because this storm's actually supposed to really kick off here for the 8th in general. Let's see here. Yeah, my weather station's back offline again. But anyways, Illinois could definitely, experience some winter weather impacts out of that second storm system. I believe the models are still a little bit iffy on it. As you can see, this one's a little further south. Let's see here, CMC model. That's that one. Icon model has it a lot more to the north. So there's still a little bit of uncertainties with that. Let's let that marinate. Let's go ahead and let that marinate for a couple days here before we can really look at it. I really want to just wait for the models to kind of get a little bit more better at agreement before we start really talking about it. But I do think Illinois could be a potential subject of winter weather concerns. Wow, look at that. Holy cow, dude. Icon goes nuts over that squall line that we're expecting here, severe weather-wise. So if you don't know, guys, it's another concern here for the Monday and Tuesday commute. So for Monday, coastal Texas out there by Houston and a little further to the west, southwest, is under a pretty decent severe weather concern. Same thing for central and southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, portions here of southern Alabama, areas out there by the western panhandle of Florida is actually under a pretty decent concern for severe weather. Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I do, like I said, they have mentioned the concerns for tornadoes. I think tornadoes will be one of the main problems here. I think we have a potential for seeing a few strong tornadoes as well. That's kind of an issue. And the reason is because we have such strong lower level winds across the lower atmosphere, about 4,000 feet up, which is a key component for rotation in the atmosphere when it comes to these storm systems. Also damaging winds and hail seems to be a problem as well here overall. So we'll have to watch out for it. So that's for Monday. Then we work away into Tuesday, like I was talking about. The threat really stretches to the east here for places out there by Florida. I mean, a lot of central and northern Florida is under the risk here for Tuesday. I'm in the 15% risk myself, so got to watch out for severe weather. Central southern Georgia, a lot of central eastern South Carolina, and same thing for like southern North Carolina is under the decent severe weather risk here for severe weather overall. What's up, meteorologist Tiger? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. But yeah, so pretty big threats here for Monday, Tuesday regarding severe weather. Really quickly, before we dive on back over here to the winter weather, I do want to take a brief look at what the ingredients are looking like now with the severe weather. So this is instability. So obviously we have a little bit of instability building in tomorrow for Saturday across Florida. A few thunderstorms possible. We got a marginal risk out there. But yeah, here's the main event here. So instability keeps relatively close to the Gulf here, or the Gulf Coast, as you can see. Some areas could easily exceed 1,000, maybe 2,000 joules per kilogram of instability, which, really for thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms, 500 plus can do it. Instability values here, and we're seeing over 1,000. So, regarding thunderstorms, capability of producing severe weather just off of instability alone seems to be in place. But like I was saying, the main problem here is that lower level jet stream. Absolutely kind of crazy. Really strong winds going to be screaming from the Gulf to the north here, which we're talking about 60, 70 knots worth of a lower level jet stream. So that's going to cause potential of some really, really strong supercells, including, like I said, tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail being a possibility. So all hazards definitely seem to be a problem. Let me grab a quick sounding here. Let's see here. We obviously have ourselves supercell composite here too. It looks like the latest GFS has this mostly in the Gulf, but definitely the Gulf Coast here will be impacted here overall. There we go. My station's back online. But anyway, so yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on it, my friends. That's just something I really wanted to talk to you guys about as well. Just be weather aware across the Gulf Coast here for Monday and Tuesday. As that second storm we were talking about, this big boy is going to be causing some severe weather problems. Anyways, snow expected for Northwest California. We don't really cover California too much, honestly, but Looks like there could be up here for the 6, the CMC model, though. Let's see here. Yeah, looks like a bit of snow could be possible for northern California. Yep. Photographs. Oh, yeah, let's look at the soundings. Whoops. I forgot. I literally was about to say let's look at soundings, but I didn't. Let's grab one across near Mobile area. Let me look at the time. That's for the 9 Zulu run. It's contaminated, so, but yeah, photographs are pretty nuts, it looks like. Let's grab one for Gulfport area. See what this model is showing us here. Once again, contaminated. See, this is 87 hours out. Let me grab one for near Houston, a little bit west of Houston here from the GFS. I'm just curious to see what the soundings look like. Holy cow. Oh my god. Okay. That is very concerning. That's a sounding west of Houston. That is a clean photograph, dude. So anytime you have like that pirate hook look to your photograph, that's basically measuring the winds, across the atmosphere, the wind speeds and directions, essentially. It's just plotted on a graph. That is very concerning. That is very concerning. I see screaming tornado potential here. So you can see your winds, how they're kind of northwest here in the lower atmosphere, and they really change to the northeast here. So that gradual wind directional change as you go up in elevation creates that lower level spin. Helicity's 400, 500 range. That's a problem. So basically just rotating updraft potential. Mixed layer cape, 1,000 joules per kilogram. Could do it, man. Let me grab one from NAM, actually. I'm curious to see how NAM shows that. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That is a nasty sounding. Look at that. Dude, NAM shows it too. Holy cow. Look at that. Another pirate hook looking photograph there. Yep, wind directions northwest here at the lower elevations, gradually changing to the northeast as you go up aloft. Pretty dry mid-level atmosphere. I think hail could be a big concern here. That is unbelievable. Yeah, damaging winds would be a problem too, it looks like. Yeah, we'll have to watch out for these areas here. I'm going to be doing live coverage on Monday. It's going to need it, man. That is, wow, that is unbelievable. Do I even dare grab a sounding near Gulfport? Holy cow, dude. Very contaminated sounding, but photograph still looks pretty intact, which is not surprising. You know, that wind shear that we were talking about, those, what? Why are we pocketing 90 to 100 knots on the NAM model? That is a problem. That is a big problem. Any meteorologist, weather freak would know that's a problem. Is there a possibility for a moderate now? We don't even have it enhanced yet. I'm not going to say, I don't know, honestly. I'm not the Storm Prediction Center. I can't tell you if they're going to issue a moderate or not. If instability increases, possibly. Wow. But we got, all I can say is we got a good event on our hands here, y'all, regarding severe weather potential. Let's see. Mother Nature wants a tornado outbreak. Yeah, let's hope not. Yeah, the Gulf Coast here is under kind of a concern there. All right, let's move back to winter weather, y'all. So yeah, just wanted to, touch base on the severe weather concerns here as well. Wow. Let's look at Icon's accumulation here and CMC models. We have not looked at those models. Let's see here. Snow, here we go. So Icon, wow. Icon hardly shows anything. Yeah, Icon hardly shows much compared to these other models. I mean, we're seeing like that 6+ inch margin being right here. So I think that's our outcast. I would not go off of this model, honestly. Icon's not really been a good model to look for snowfall anyways. This one being the CMC model, I agree with this one a lot more. I do relatively agree with this this model here, showing your 6+ inch range, kind of mostly in these regions here. That I can believe. What I don't believe, I do think that 6+ inch range could be pushed up a little more to the north in like Maine here. I think that's a good possibility because it does seem like the models have been trending towards a bit more heavy snowfall in those areas out by Maine. You can see like the models really showing that. But I mean, Yeah, there you go. Especially Icon really showing that heavy snowfall across Maine. We'll see. Let's see here. Sorry for the bad news, Andrew, but the 20 season for this year not looking good, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, we're already in beginning of January, and we're already starting to see that potential. Crazy. Typical El Nino, man. El Nino brings some big storm system to the south, which could be a big problem. What's Wisconsin in store for? Wisconsin, up here in Wisconsin, we got ourselves a little bit of snow shower activity here, possibly for tomorrow. Not a whole lot. We do have a winter storm that's brewing. Could be bringing some impacts for Wisconsin, mostly for the south and eastern side, central side as well. Models are still a little iffy on it, though. As you can see, the GFS has it mostly to the south. Meanwhile, if we were looking at the Icon, has it mostly more up north. CMC model has it not even in Wisconsin. So, yeah, still a little bit of uncertainty there, as you can tell, but we'll have to watch it. I think it's a possibility. I mean, it just depends on that position of the low. For example, you know, that low pressure system's central position is very much off. The GFS had it. Sorry, the other model we were just looking at, I think it was CMC we were looking at, had it further down south. Yeah, we'll be back in La Nina by summer. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I haven't checked the oscillation models in a while. Anyways, what about HRRR? Let's look at HRRR, actually. Let's go and bring it up here. HRRR. Mid-Atlantic. Let's see here. Reflectivity. Yeah, so if you don't know, HRRR is obviously a really good, a really high-resolution model, I should say. HRRR, yep, so obviously as we approach basically 06 Zulu, which is like 1 a.m., I believe, 1 a.m. Eastern time, we start to get a lot of that ice starting to occur across the upper elevations here of North Carolina, across the west. At this point as well, snow will really start to begin across like Illinois, Indiana, moving its way into Ohio, northern Kentucky here by pretty much late morning. And yeah, you can see that sleet across this kind of reddish color and the freezing rain across this kind of pinkish color overall. And then, yeah, so as we, look at this. As we really move in our way to the afternoon, so this is, I believe, right around 2 p.m. or so. We're going to start to get a lot of heavy snow across, like, Ohio, portions here of Pennsylvania, New York, moving its way into northern New Jersey here by basically afternoon tomorrow overall. And then really cranking its way up here to the north. It looks like Long Island might get a little taste of snow, according to the HRRR. We'll see. I think it potentially could be a little too warm out there because that warm advection is going to be pounding the southern side. I think it could be snow. It could not be. It's still a little hard to tell, honestly. But yeah, when it comes to it, Massachusetts gets slammed by late the 6th into the early 7th, and then it just kind of rolls out. HRRR actually shows a bit of that mix as well. Maybe a little bit of ice accumulations possible out by Massachusetts by morning of the 7th. Pretty interesting. And, of course, a lot of snow showers following behind it. Yeah, we'll definitely see some snow out there towards Ohio. I can guarantee you that to my Ohioans out there. Yeah, you're gonna see something. Same thing for like Indiana too. Could definitely see some stuff. Anyways, Pam says, what does Nebraska look like? Let's see here. Nebraska. So Nebraska has that secondary storm rolling through. A bit of snow shower activity for the next little bit, but then we have that big storm starts to brew in here. Roadster Jim, dude, coming in with a $20 super chat, man. I appreciate that, dude. Roadster coming in with a 20 bomb here. Thank you so much, Roadster, saying thank you, let's see, for your excellent weather analysis, Andrew. Roadster, you are very welcome, my friend. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that very much, man. That's so sweet of you. Guys, yeah, please give a big thanks to Jim. That is so sweet. So sweet of you, man. I appreciate that, Jim. That is very nice of you, bro. That is so sweet. Thank you, Roadster. You absolutely rock, my friend. Big shout out to you, bro. I'll make sure to give you a big shout out at the end as well whenever we head off the stream, which we're not. I'm gonna still be on the live stream for a little bit, so don't worry, we're not ending it now. But thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's very sweet of you. But we were talking about Nebraska. We do got to watch out for this next storm system here, kind of really popping off here for the 8th overall. We'll keep an eye on it. Seems like a little bit of heavy snowfall for the east could be possible overall. Justin, coming with a $2 super chat, man. Thank you. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate that. Saying thank you for your hard work and shout out to mods. Absolutely. Shout out to our mods. Thank you, Justin. Wow, you guys are so sweet. I appreciate you guys. Justin, obviously Roaster Jim. You guys. Thank you guys. That means a lot. That definitely helps out with groceries and stuff too. Has been saving for them groceries, man. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. That is very nice of you. Very, very generous. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what's going on there. We'll have to keep an eye out there for it. Models are still a little off, though, I will say, regarding the snow and stuff like that. Here's the RDPS model. RDPS actually has a bit of snow developing in sorry, did I really just call it Nebraska, Massachusetts? Nebraska, here for the morning of the 8th, late 7th, actually. But not all models show that, which is definitely pretty interesting. Anyways, we'll keep it on it. We'll really talk more about that, the second storm after the first one's pretty much done. We'll talk about that. But once again, Roadster, thank you, man. Appreciate that, but that's really greatly appreciated. All right, let's go ahead and hop over here to the east. Actually, let's hop back over to this model here, or this program here. So a lot of rain coming in with that second system for the northeast here as well. It's not going to be that much winter weather. There's going to be pockets of where some winter weather is going to be possible. I would definitely say, like, what is it, Mount Washington? Probably going to see quite a bit of that. Let's see here. CPC has a high risk for well below average temperatures in the Rocky Mountains. Interesting. Let's see. Justin, once again, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Actually, let's do this. We're going to look at that. We're going to see what the CPC has to say. Let's see. Temperature, 6 to 10 day outlook. Wow, dude. Holy cow. 90% chance of temperatures being below normal. And for the east, it's going to be above average. Mostly the reason why it's like this is mostly due to these two storms that we're seeing. So with a storm system that rolls through, I mentioned this many times on my channel, just basic storm structure here. You get a lot of warm air that likes to advect from the south to the north. So obviously the further south you go, obviously the more warmer it is. And as these low pressure systems, so they rotate counterclockwise, so they're kind of dragging up warm air on the right hand side of the storm system and pulling down cold air from the left hand side overall. Zeprun, thank you so much for subscribing, dude. I don't know how you say your name pronounced or correctly, but I gave it a go. But anyways, yeah, you're right though. I'm glad you mentioned that, my friend. Yeah, it definitely is very, very cold out there in the west there. So could definitely see some real chilly temperatures. But yeah, that's pretty much why between these two systems here, just bringing down some cold air. I honestly would not be surprised. Let's actually look at these temperatures here. With that second storm system, I can almost guarantee you that they are going to explode. Honestly, let me see. So shaded temperatures. So after the storm system. I mean, it's a little far out there. GFS, I mean, it definitely shows a bit of cool air rolling through. Don't get me wrong. Don't like going too far out in the models, but yeah, definitely a bit of cold air in the negatives for the upper elevations of the Rockies, like Montana, possibly some areas in those upper elevations in the negative 20s. Still not confident on that yet, but definitely is a little interesting overall. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Anyways, but yeah, let's go and hop back over here to the northeast with that snow. So, let's try the NAM. I don't think we looked much at the NAM, did we? 18 Zulu. There we go. So here's the NAM. Yeah, we haven't really touched up on the NAM yet. So, so at the time here, you guys can see the time, by the way, in the top right. You can see it right here where I'm highlighting, just above me. That's your time in Eastern time zone, by the way, y'all. So we approach our way down here in time. You can really see here for the morning of tomorrow. So right around like 2, 3 a.m., you start to see a bunch of that ice starting to form here. And the ice is really going to kick off here for the early morning of the 6th. You know, obviously across portions here of Western Virginia, Eastern West Virginia possibly as well. At this point, we're going to see a bunch of rain across Kentucky more than likely, and a bit of snow across portions out there by Indiana. Let's see here. Carissa! Coming in with a $20 super chat as well. Holy cow, dude. Carissa, Thank you so much for that. That is so nice of you. Saying thank you, Andrew and the mods, for your hard work. I hope everyone stays safe from these storms. You too, Carissa. Thank you so much. Coming with a $20 super chat as well. Holy cow, you guys. Thank you so much. Big shout out goes to Carissa. You guys in chat, please give a big thank you to Carissa as well for the support on the channel. That is so sweet of you. Carissa, once again, thank you so much. That is so nice of you. Very, very generous. Very sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, so like I was mentioning here, the ice accumulation here is going to really pop off for the morning of the 6th tomorrow. It looks like it could transition from ice into snow, according to NAM here, basically just before noon. Northern Virginia getting some of it. Obviously, like northern West Virginia, including the Panhandle, is going to get it. A bit of snowfall. And the snow is going to start to roll into portions like Pennsylvania right around noon, according to a little bit before noon, more than likely overall. But then, yeah, obviously this continues working to the northeast here by the evening, so right around like 8 p.m. It should be out of Virginia and West Virginia for the most part by 8 p.m. tomorrow. It'll still be coming down pretty good, though, across some of these regions out there by, northern New Jersey, central southern portions of New York State, Connecticut, Rhode Island, let's see, Pennsylvania, definitely coming down. Once again, Carissa, thank you so much for that. That is so sweet of you. Big shout out goes to Carissa. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Kay says, how do I donate if I don't do Venmo or PayPal? Kay, we have that super chat option too, if you want to. It's that dollar icon in the chat. But like I said, don't worry about it, y'all. You don't have to donate. It's much appreciated, but yeah, thank you guys, seriously, for the donators who did donate. Thank you guys. Y'all are so sweet. I appreciate y'all. We love you guys very much. Thank you guys. Anyways, but yeah, so and of course, as we approach, midnight-ish so basically the morning of the 7th, the snow will probably start lighting up here in Pennsylvania, but it'll be really coming down still, really coming down across portions of Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, let's see, portions here of New York State, and still northern New Jersey here. But like we were mentioning here, as we approach basically into the evening of the 7th, that's whenever things are going to essentially kind of roll out. But according to the NAM, it does still show a bit of snow showers popping through overall. Let's see here. Mark coming in with a 10. Shiloh coming in with a 50? Mark! Shiloh! Holy cow, you guys! Are you serious, y'all? No way. Mark coming in here with a $10 super chat, saying getting in on it. Thank you so much. Now we have Tyler with a dude. I am on overload right now. Hold on a minute, guys. We just got so many donations just now. Mark with a 10. Thank you so much, Mark. That is so sweet of you. Shiloh with a $50 super chat. Are you serious? Shiloh, thank you, man. I appreciate that so much. That is so nice of you. We have Pilot with a $1 super chat. Thank you, Pilot. Thank you, Shiloh. Thank you, Mark. And we just had a Cashapp donation here from Tyler, a $20 super chat or $20 Cashapp donation from Tyler, saying thank you for covering Lebanon, Pennsylvania. You're very welcome, my friend. You are very, very welcome. Pilot with a $5 super chat now. Oh, dude, I am about to lose my mind. I can't even keep up. Holy cow, dude. Thank you, guys. So much. Huge shout out to Shiloh for a $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Shiloh. Mark, thank you so much. Pilot, thank you so much. Tyler, thank you so much, guys. Holy cow, dude. You guys are awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. You guys are so sweet. Y'all are so sweet. I love you guys very much. Thank you for that. That is something you did not have to do, guys. Y'all are very generous. I appreciate that so much. Big shout out to y'all. Dude, I can't even... I'm lost for words. I really am. Thanks, guys. Once again, that's so sweet. Before the stream ends, I'm going to make sure to give you guys a big shout out as well. Let's see, Crystal coming with $8 super chat as well. Thank you, Crystal. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna give you all a big shout out at the end here as well. That is so sweet of you guys. I appreciate it. Tyler says, keep up the great work. You're the best channel to watch for any weather updates. Glad to be a part of the channel. I'm glad to have you here, Tyler. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. All of you guys, y'all are so sweet. Much love to every single one of you guys. Thank you to the donators. Seriously, you guys help keep us running for real. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for our mods. Thank you to the members. Thank you for everybody for joining. Honestly, you guys are awesome. Roadster says groceries for Andrew. You bet. you bet. I'm going to get me some groceries. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much once again, y'all. That's very sweet of you guys. Very, very sweet of y'all. Much appreciated. But anyways, let's get back to the weather. Let's get back over here to this. But once again, I'll make sure to give you guys another big thank you at the end of the live stream. You guys are so sweet. But anyways, all right, so we were talking about the NAM here. The NAM obviously showing a lot of that precipitation, a lot of that ice and sleet popping off here for the morning. So yeah, we talked about the timing and stuff. I'm honestly still a little bit unknown about the scenario out by Long Island. I think it's possibly going to be a little too warm, honestly, whenever it comes to it. You know, you can actually see the NAM here showing, you know, mostly green, which the green is showing rainfall. The blue is showing the snowfall and stuff like that. So Long Island is relatively in the green. So basically just rainfall here. Let me look at the temperatures according to this model. Let's see here. Shaded. Oh, wow. According to this model, we're literally in like the 30s and 40s, it looks like. So definitely getting a little too warm. Yeah, those coastal areas. So the problem is like I was mentioning before, the water, you know, surrounding the coastal areas here is actually obviously warmer than the freezing level. So water actually influences coastal temperatures. I don't know if you guys knew that, but if you did know it, you know it. But yeah, so coastal temperatures can be influenced by the water surrounding them overall here. Let's see here. Catherine coming in with a $10 super chat. Holy cow. Holy cow, Catherine. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, my friend. You absolutely rock. Thank you so much. First donation, too, from Catherine. Big shout out to you, Catherine. Huge shout out. You guys in chat, please give Catherine a big thank you. I appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. I did just get a notification too. Let's see here. Pezix came in with a $5 super thanks on, I guess, one of my videos. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Catherine, thank you. I appreciate that. All of you guys, y'all are so sweet. But yeah, we were talking about basically how those temperatures are going to be relatively... you know, they are influenced by those coastal waters, which, you know, overall, like I said, will basically allow for, you know, the temperatures to be above freezing, which will kind of rule out any snow. Now, there is some models that do show it being cool enough and actually potentially having some snowfall across, like, Long Island. You can see the NAM, how it has a little bit possibly out towards those regions, but once again, mostly rainfall. I think Long Island, honestly, if you want to know what I believe, I do think that Long Island's probably just going to see rain out of this here. HRRR shows that as well. Yeah, honestly, to my Long Islanders out there, I don't see too much out of this for you, except for just a bit of rainfall. I hate to tell you that. Maybe a little mix at times. A mix at times could be a possibility. You know, across like Long Island, but I think it's just going to be too warm for my folks out there. So, you know, you guys, this is not the one, but, you know, it's the beginning of winter. There's obviously more chances for snowfall, a lot more chances for snowfall. So we'll definitely just keep an eye out there for it. This is another model. This one's called the FV3. This one has a lot of ice, kind of like a lot of the models we're showing here across, you know, Western Virginia. So whenever we were looking at the accumulations, we're going to look back at them now, actually. Whenever we were looking at the accumulations regarding the ice and stuff like that, there's going to be a problem with ice conditions out there by Western Virginia here. Look at this. So obviously for these regions in mostly western North Carolina, cutting through eastern West Virginia and portions into Maryland, obviously it goes a little further up north locally. But the heaviest of the ice accumulations is going to be mostly like Western Virginia and all that fun stuff overall. But yeah, so we're talking the blend here. This is basically a mixture between the models. The blend is showing us about maybe 1/2 of an inch, maybe locally up to 3/10 of an inch in some of those upper elevations possibly. Like I said, that would be a big problem because, once again, upper elevations are on inclinations, which will allow for you to easily slide down. That could be a big problem. So avoid travel here if you can, for tomorrow and possibly even the 7th, actually, if you can, just until the conditions of the roads get better, and until you are able to travel again. So I would honestly, for the 6th and 7th, I would avoid travel if possible, for those particular regions. Now, here's the thing, with the individual models overall, for example, here's the GFS, the American model, the American long range. This one spots it possibly even up to, some of those regions about more of 2 and 3/10 of an inch. You can see how most of it's between 2 and 3/10 of an inch for the most part, going all the way down into the western side of North Carolina. But there is other models like the European model, arguably one of the most accurate models. This model actually has it. Let's see, where the latest run to. Oh, latest model actually seems like to be downtrending a little bit, but still 2/3 of an inch being possible. We got GDPS model. Whenever it comes to it, yeah, this one goes kind of nuts. It kind of shows like a 1/2 inch of ice in some places here. So you can obviously see here that, with that going on, that could be more impactful. But, the blend, like we were talking about, 2/3 of an inch seems to be a good possibility. But that's still enough to cause problems, power outages, travel incidents, and all kinds of issues. I mean, you could even, slip and fall with ice, which you could get injured with. So definitely not good. Definitely not good. So honestly, I would avoid any form of travel overall. Anyways, let's see here. We're not doing zip codes right now. We might do a couple towards the end. Let's see here. Forecast for Frederick, Maryland. So I can tell you real quick where Maryland's, if it's quick like that, I can easily pull it up here. So obviously for Maryland, the cutoff point here, let's see, we're going to hop over to the blend again. I don't really trust the blend actually in the case of snowfall out there. When it comes to, for portions out there by Maryland, you can see central western side is expected to see quite a bit overall. Let's see here. Catherine, once again, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. It's just now coming through on my program for some reason. It's a little late, but anyways. But where was I? Oh, yeah, so for Frederick, you're kind of for the central side. You can either get a lot or you can either get a little. The GFS has, like, a really weird gradient here showing like 0 to 7 inches in like 2 feet. But anyways, it really depends. It really does depend here where that line goes through. I think you'll at least see 1-2 inches or so, but I don't think you're going to see any massive winter storm. A lot of that to your west will be more likely. Anyways, Richard says it's so cool of y'all to donate. Andrew seems like he deserves after watching here for 10 minutes. Thanks, Andrew. You're very welcome, Richard. Like I said, none of you guys have to donate. Seriously, it's much appreciated. I really appreciate you guys doing that. But like I said, it's not mandatory. Like I said, it really does help out. Obviously, it does help out a lot. But like I said, that's just very sweet of you guys. It's very generous of y'all. I mean, just the thought of you guys wanting to support the channel means a lot to me. Just you guys hanging out with us means a lot to me. It really does. And I cannot thank you guys more than enough, honestly. I love every single one of y'all. Let's see here. Anyways, let's see. Brandy says, I didn't know what I missed. Well, like I said, we're going over basically everything we talked about here, again, here for the people who haven't joined. So let's go over to the accumulations here with the models. So we're going to start off here with the European model. So this line right here is basically the zone where we're seeing 6+ inches, according to each model. Now, obviously, it's never good to just trust one in particular model. It's obviously good to grab as many opinions as possible when it comes to, the models and stuff like that. So that's where your 6+ inch line is with the ECMWF. Or the European model. Now, when it comes with the GFS model here, is that lined up? Yeah, it's lined up. This one actually has that snow line a little further south. So that 6+ inch line, relatively, I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, it's relatively close here. A little more to the east and a little bit more to, yeah, a little bit more east in general on both sides here. So that's where your 6+ inch line is. But look at this, GFS. And I do think this is actually a quite likely scenario, guys. The GFS here shows over 12 inches possible across like southern New York State, eastern Pennsylvania, portions of, Connecticut, Massachusetts could possibly see some accumulation totals up and over a foot. I think that's a good possibility here. So we'll have to keep an eye out there for that potential, which obviously a foot of snow is very, very impactful. Let's try the GDPS. This is the Canadian long-range model. And honestly, look at this. Yeah, this model is right between both the GFS and the ECMWF. I mean, showing that 6+ inch line right in that area there. And, kind of curving back, kind of similar to what I believe the GFS was showing us overall. So, like I said, at this point, I mean, models, they are relatively in agreement mode. They relatively are, which is definitely good, considering we now have more information, more trustful information from the models. So, yeah, that's that. Anyways, Shiloh says, let's see, question, how much of a difference is there between European and U.S. models? Which do you trust more? So, I honestly don't trust one over the other because I've explained it before. So what happens is sometimes I've seen the GFS, the American model, come out on top. I've seen the GFS be way better than the European model in some scenarios, and I've seen the European model be way better than GFS in some scenario. Arguably, the European is more accurate. I don't know why, honestly, but I feel like they're neck and neck, honestly. GFS, the European model, are like the two main long-range models that we use. Now the differences is just different equations. It uses different, arithmetics, different calculus. I mean, all kinds of math calculations, and we plug those calculations into a computer, a really powerful supercomputer, and we plug in the current weather condition. So it uses satellite imagery, it uses weather station data, it uses a bunch of things, and it plugs in all of those data points, and it pushes it out in the future. So it's like, okay, this is where this is at now. It moves a little bit at a time, and it's like, okay, this is where it could be there, this is where it could be there, that's where the storm could be here, and it slowly progresses. Now, obviously, with models, the further you go out into the model, the more inaccurate it becomes because the frame before can't be guaranteed, if that makes sense. So overall, models to an extent are accurate, just before the event happens, because, at this point now, the event starts tomorrow, right? The event starts tomorrow into the 7th. So we have all of the information, satellite imagery, radar data, weather station data, all that fun stuff. We have it plugged into the computers, and, here in a short period of time, starting tomorrow morning, which is not far from now, we can somewhat accurately forecast, or we can accurately, for the most part, forecast what's going to happen within a short period of time. Hopefully that made some sense to you guys. Like I said, hopefully that made some sense to you guys, especially for you, Shiloh. Hopefully I helped you out there. But if you have any more questions about that, feel free to join our Discord. It's down in the description, and I can probably share some information and share some, documents and stuff like that with you, if you'd be interested in that. Anyways, let's see here. Doesn't seem like it's shifting towards New York City. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I was mentioning before, New York City is, like I said, New York City is obviously right next to the water there. Which kind of brings a problem. Like I said, the water temperature does influence coastal temperatures to an extent. I don't know, man. It's definitely really difficult to say. Let me zoom in a little locally here. We're gonna go in local to the New England here. So there's New York City here. So the GFS model does have New York City getting some snowfall. I definitely think it's possible that New York City could see something. Let's see here. European model has, let's see here, about an inch or two. So regardless of accumulation, if you get any, it is not going to be much. I don't think it would definitely be much overall. Let's see here. Carissa says, if you haven't yet, can we all smash like button, share this out, and don't forget Andrew has a Discord, and I'll always get my notification when he's live there since YouTube doesn't like notifications. Yeah, like I said, we have, you know, my YouTube always lets you guys know whenever we go live. Whenever I, you know, schedule the video, it'll show it when I go live, and then you can check it on it. But yeah, thanks. I appreciate that, Carissa. Let's see here. What, it's a leap year? I didn't know that. This year's a leap year? Huh. Anyways, how about Allentown, Pennsylvania? Let's see here. Well, a lot of Pennsylvania is going to be getting hit pretty good. So here's the okay. So this is the official forecast here from the National Weather Service. This is how much I would expect. We are looking to be seeing right around like 5 inches or so. I would range it between like 3 and 6 inches being a good possibility. But yeah, locally it could be a little higher than 5 inches, but we're expecting around 5 inches of snowfall. But, you know, just give it a little bit of a range because it could change. Anyways, let's see. Tomorrow, would you like live updates from Pennsylvania? Sure, Tyler. Yeah, like I said, we're going to do live coverage tomorrow on the event. Probably late. We'll do live coverage, you know, in the evening hours, you know, probably right around this time. That way I can, you know, that's whenever the snow really starts cranking across some of these northeast areas is tomorrow evening. We'll be live tomorrow evening for this event here to cover it overall. So yeah, no, like I said, at that point in time, if you guys wanted to share photos like of your winter weather, you know, activities and whatever you're doing in the winter weather, you can tag us on our Twitter. We do have a Twitter. It's down way over there. See it all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, just below the viewer account. NWW116_WX. That is our Twitter account. So if you wanted to send photos of accumulation updates, or if you make a snowman and you want to share it, anything you want to share regarding the winter weather, feel free. Feel free, and we'll share it on our stream tomorrow for sure. Anyways, there's a lot of areas I could see over 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Let me look at that actually. Let's go ahead and hop over back to the models here and take a look and see what kind of things were, what? Oh, winter storm warning for Boston. High confidence in 6 to 12 inches? No. I think we could see locally higher than 12 inches in some of those areas near Massachusetts. Anyways, okay, let's see here. So we're going to take a look here at the winds. Where's wind gusts? I know you're right here somewhere. Here we go. So this is European model, by the way, regarding the wind gusts here. Yeah, look at that. So we definitely could see some of those wind gusts. So this is by 1 a.m. This is 1 a.m. for the 7th. So basically late, you know, basically late here for the 6th and the early 7th here. We're going to be seeing those wind gusts possibly gusting 40, 50 miles per hour according to the European model out there by the coastlines. Let's see here. GFS here on the other hand. Not as hefty, actually. Yeah, GFS is not as hefty out there. Still right around the same time, so basically late 6th, early 7th. Maybe 30, 40 mile per hour wind gusts could be possible. Yeah, definitely could get a little gusty out there. I mean, it makes sense because we're getting that low pressure system as it's tracking northeast here, as it's going off the coast of the northeast. It's strengthening, which obviously with the strengthening low, you're going to have much more of a pressure differential. You're going to have more of a gradient between your isobars, which is basically a constant area of equal pressure. So basically what I'm saying is this, due to the pressure system strengthening and the pressure dropping, there's more heavier winds as an influence of that overall. Richard says, how much snow do I think Chicago area could get? So honestly, I'm not going to lie with you though. Chicago with that second storm, I don't know, honestly. Chicago, like I said, the models are still a little messed up right now for that secondary storm. You can see here the GFS shows Chicago getting battered by a storm. You're actually pretty close to that rain snow line there. It depends on the central low we were just talking about here, where that ends up. You can see the CMC model, how it has it a bit more to the south of you. So you see what I'm saying? How the models are still a little iffy right now. Icon, yeah, the icon actually shows you mostly in the rain. So we have all three different types of scenarios here between those three models we just looked at. So there's a bit of uncertainty regarding that. Come back to me in a day or two, and we should have more of a clear understanding of what to expect. I really just want this first storm system to get out of the way, and then for the 8th, we'll do more of that forecasting for your area overall. Anyways, but yeah, any updates for Greenwood, Indiana? So same thing applies for those regions as well. It's just a little hard to tell. You could possibly see some snowfall out of the event coming up here. I think it's quite likely actually that you're going to see some snowfall. For example, actually the Zero Zulu is almost done running here. So you can see here by tomorrow for like southern, central, northern Indiana, could actually see some snow here by tomorrow morning. So look out there for that. Look out tomorrow morning for some snow, and then followed by the late 6th into the early 7th. Some more snow will be possible. You're going to see a break throughout the remainder of the day. A couple snow showers could still happen throughout midday, but it's going to be mostly a morning, first wave in the morning, taking a break, and then another round possibly. That's just a just the models what they are suggesting. But yeah. Let's see here. Did I cover the severe weather? What severe weather? Oh, I guess you're talking about the forecast. Yeah, we mentioned that about the day 5 and day 6, or sorry, day 4, day 5 update. Yeah, for Tuesday and the Wednesday. Definitely gotta look out there for Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday's gonna be a problem for the coastal southeast. So, and some portions of the interior southeast. Let's see here. Awesome, thanks. I hope we get some, bro. I just wanted your thought because it's on the fence. Thank you. You're very welcome, Richard. No problem. Yeah, like I said, just let me know tomorrow. The day after tomorrow. Probably for the 7th or 8th, I'll get more on that. We'll have more information by then, because right now it's the 5th, and the main event's not happening until like the 9th, so we still have a couple days, about 3 days, until the main event gets near that region. So, still trying to work some things out between the models, but once we get some more information and more agreement between those, obviously we'll be able to tell you a lot more about it, for sure. Let's see here. How is Hugo, Oklahoma? Let's see. There's not a whole lot going on in Oklahoma right now. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and work way over here. It actually looks like there might be a few little showers out there in central Oklahoma. Yeah, radar showing a little bit of showers. Accumulating snowfall. There is an area where some snowfall could be accumulating here in the next 72 hours, so the next 3 days, basically, here overall. The Panhandle is really the only area in Oklahoma I would say about 1 to 3 inches is possible. Maybe locally 4, but yeah, not a whole lot. Let's see. So I'll check back in tomorrow with you. Sounds good, Richard. How much snow do I think? Let's see. Haverhill, Massachusetts could get. Let's see here. What's going on back over here? I know Massachusetts in general is going to get a lot of snowfall. I can literally tell you that. Not too sure exactly where you're at, but for the central and eastern side, or sorry, central and western and portions of the eastern side, at least 10 inches would be a possibility. The only areas that it's a little less is on the southern side, south of Brockton and all that stuff, where it's a little bit lower, 3 to 6 inches in some of these spots here. Really kind of cuts off the more you go towards like the coastal areas of Massachusetts, by like New Bedford and those areas out there. But for more of like the western, central, and kind of northeastern side of Massachusetts, we're talking some areas over a foot being possible. Definitely is pretty hefty. Anyways, let's see here. What's up, Court? Hope you are doing good. Let's see here. Finally, I guess no now. I can't stop complaining that we don't. I hear ya. Let's see, snow in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, I think there is going to be some snow in Columbus here. Yep, so the official expectancy is right around an inch here. I'd say a dusting to an inch being possible. Not a whole lot, honestly, but you'll probably see some. Like we were looking at the models and stuff like that here a minute ago. You're probably going to start to see some snow here possibly by tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, from what it looks like. Actually, let's hop over here. Yeah, so tomorrow, this is right around 17 Zulu, which is like 2 p.m., I believe. Right around 2 p.m., we're going to be seeing some snow more than likely. That's what the ARRR shows anyways, and a few more snow showers following for the morning of the 7th as well, being a good possibility. Anyways, let's see here. But anyways. Tyler says, I know you cover Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Is there a chance for any freezing rain? Let's see here. I already forgot where Lebanon is. Where was Lebanon? Oh, there it is. I found it. Never mind. We're good. Ice accumulations, not really expected. Yeah, here. So let me show you. So you can see how, Lebanon, obviously down here near Lancaster, north of Lancaster. So there's Lebanon right there. The ice is expected for these areas here. So more than likely, you're not going to see ice. Let's see. What part of Colorado is getting the most snow? Southwestern side in the upper elevations, possibly some areas near a foot. But I'm pretty sure that's like non-populated grounds. So, but yeah. All right. Well, guys, I think we're going to wrap up the live stream here soon. Like I said, we've been live a little over an hour and 10 minutes. Tomorrow, we're going to do some coverage. I might even do some coverage late tonight. If you guys are still going to be up. Let's see, isn't it? Yeah, it's Friday. Okay, so a lot of you guys are going to stay up late. So I don't know if you're going to be up that late, but we're probably going to do some ice coverage here whenever this event pops off here. I'm talking maybe 2 a.m., go live until like, I don't know, 2 a.m. or so. We're going to go from like 2 a.m. maybe to 4 or so. Do a little bit of ice coverage. So I'll be on early tomorrow within the next several hours. Just to the people who wants to know, we'll be live. I'm thinking I'm going to go live for ice coverage. And of course, tomorrow evening we're going to go live for this big boy up there in the Northeast. So, you see here, late tonight, you say? Yep, possibly. Yes, sir. Pilot says I'll be there maybe. Gotcha. Let's see here. Richard says, goodbye, y'all. I enjoyed it. Thanks for the coverage, Andrew. No problem. And I'm predicting large ice storm. Yeah, it's going to be pretty hefty with the ice, I think. I mean, 2-3 of an inch seems to be the common ground between the models across Western Virginia. I think it could be pretty nasty. Let me update you guys real quickly on the. This will be the last thing we do here before we roll off. Let me update you guys on the warnings and stuff. They don't have any ice storm warnings, which I think that's needed for a little bit more ice accumulations. But yeah, so all this pink here, these are all winter storm warnings. So obviously we actually have 1 or 2 counties down there in western North Carolina with one. But you can see how it obviously goes through western Virginia, eastern West Virginia, the Panhandle, I should say, central western Maryland, central northeastern portions here of Pennsylvania, southern New York, a lot of Connecticut, a lot of Massachusetts, and southern Vermont. These color here, this is all winter storm watches. We'll likely see these get upgraded to warnings here at some point. Probably early tomorrow morning or late tonight. We'll see overall, but. All right, guys, let's see here. Shiloh says this is the best weather channel. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate that, Shiloh. It's very sweet of you. Much appreciated, my friend. But, all right, y'all. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Let me go ahead and hop over to the ending screen, but I'm going to give a shout-out to our donators for today. You know what, you guys? I'm going to get... Oh, did not want to do that. I am going to get me a sandwich to celebrate tonight. I'm thinking of giving me a hoagie from Wawa. Pretty good. My girlfriend kind of talked me into getting those. I had one yesterday, believe it or not, and I kind of want another one, so I might get me a hoagie from Wawa. So Tyler, your donation will help me towards my hoagie dinner. I appreciate it, man. All right, let's go ahead and give a big shout out to our donators before we roll off here. Let me see. Let's go ahead and hop over here. We'll start off with the super chats here first. So first of all, Pam, thank you for joining the Tropical Storm team, my friend. Let's see here. We have ourselves Tabletop. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. The $2 super chat. Crystal gifting a membership. Thank you so much. Roadster with a $20 super chat, my friend. Thank you so much. Justin with a $2 super chat. I appreciate it, man. Carissa with a $20 super chat as well. Carissa, very, very sweet of you. Thank you so much. Mark with a 10. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Shiloh with a whopping $50 donation. Shiloh, I appreciate that very much, my friend. That is very generous of you. Very, very sweet. We had 2 donations from Pilot. $6. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Crystal with a $1 super chat. Thank you, Crystal. Very sweet of you. And we also had ourselves Catherine with a $10 super chat. Much appreciated, my friend. Now let's go ahead and hop over here to the Cash App. Let's see here, total. So we had ourselves some donators on Cash App as well. We had Crystal, once again, coming in with a donation on Cash App. Thank you so much. Let's see here, Tyler with the 25 on Cash App, man. Thank you so much. And that's all the donators for tonight. I appreciate you guys. Once again, that's very sweet of y'all. You guys did not have to do that. But seriously, you guys, that really helps out. That means a lot to me. It really does. And so thank you so much for all the donations and all that stuff. But all right, you guys. Well, the stream's going to head off here in 2 minutes. So go ahead and say your final goodbyes to your friends, family, anybody you're hanging out with here in the chat. Go ahead and say your final goodbyes. But once again, everybody, we'll be live. I'm thinking of going live here maybe around 3 a.m. or so Eastern time to cover the ice as it starts to impact portions here of, like, North Carolina and Virginia. I'll start doing some live coverage on that here possibly late tonight. But and of course here for late tomorrow, we're going to do ourselves some coverage on the main winter storm. Sugar says, what's your Cash App? It's there. See the pinned comment on the comments there. If you don't know, it's Andrew 13155. That's her Cash App. But all right, guys. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining, everybody. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Y'all, please be safe out there, okay? Like I said, we're going to start to see some heavy impacts, actually starting now across some areas. And obviously those are going to continue into the Mid-Atlantic here coming up here in the next several hours. And eventually the Northeast here for tomorrow evening, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. But all right. All right, you guys. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. Once again, I've been rambling too much. Stream's going to head off here in 45 seconds here. And all right, you guys take care, and we will catch you guys later here in the next couple hours. All right, guys. Y'all take care. Much love to you. See you later.